Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Metal video. In this video we are going to be taking a look at the new or the third non-stop raid of the current celebration. So as you guys know, we've had two non-stop raids already, one versus Kefla and one versus Topo, and yeah, basically we are going to be doing the one against Jiren. It follows the exact same principle as before, except now you'll be earning raid medal 3s, so you won't be earning any other kind of medals, you'll be earning raid medal 3s, and basically, yeah, very super simple process. Obviously bonus characters as always, all kind of the same as last time. They've just swapped out a couple, so they've swapped out like the wolf trio for a couple other ones, which is obviously, you know, pretty good. And then they've kind of just taken things from there. So yeah, pretty decent stuff in general. I would say most things are pretty solid from that perspective. And yeah, I would say realistically it's a simple process. I don't think most players will struggle with non-stop raids if you've done them before. Obviously there are a whole bunch of missions. So there are a ton of missions that you should have access to, which will give you 500 raid medals as well. So you do have like at least some avenues to get like decent raid medals without needing to have the boost units, but you will need around 2,400 in total to get all 500 Chrono crystals from the event. I believe it's 2,400, but I can be wrong on that. Obviously, in terms of the characters and the setup, we'll be setting up with the more straightforward units and things like that. I think we'll be pretty much set up solidly with what we've got here, and we'll kind of just take things from there. So I think in general, some pretty solid stuff. The new Trunks is basically the bonus character, and remember now you can search for bonus characters as well, so there's no like difficulty, at least in finding. Just remember there's a difference between battle bonus and bonus characters. Battle bonus characters just have the damage buff that the associated characters have with the event, whereas where it's just standard bonus characters will provide drop rate bonuses or things like that. So pretty straightforward stuff in general. But yeah, nice stuff. Honestly, very happy with the whole raid and everything like that. I think it's really cool, and I think in general players should have a pretty decent time when doing raid. Obviously raid follows very much the same principles as hyperdimensional co-op, so it's very straightforward. Raid follows the exact same principles as hyperdimensional co-op, just you don't have these switching types. So you're going to face the boss. The boss will have a blue shield that you need to break through. Once you break through the shield, then you obviously have the ability to damage the boss and cause them quite a considerable amount of damage. And at this point you're going to want to use your Rising Rush. The higher the bonus characters that you have, the better a time you're going to have. So it's a very simple process. Honestly speaking, you shouldn't have a major problem, but yeah, to each their own. Obviously just depends on how familiar you are with the process, but it's the same strategy every time. So if you're familiar with the process of hyperdimensional co-op or with obviously raids themselves, then you should be familiar enough with the process that you're not like terribly put out of place or anything like that. So yeah, generally speaking, I would say it's pretty good. Obviously I think just looking at kind of like the general nature of hyperdimensional co-op, I think there's a pretty decent like array of units. The only problem I have is the battle bonus, or the bonus that drops is so big for, you know, like, well, it's so big for the like summonable unit, the UI Goku, that honestly it's very difficult to kind of like accept the drop rates if you don't have them. So you're gonna see like having Goku basically doubles your drop rate pretty much. And the thing is with like raids, I personally think having the summonable unit should be a bonus more than it should be like a necessity. I just think, you know, players should have the ability to farm the currency without needing to do more than the 3 limited attempts per day. And if you have the character, then you can basically play the event like twice a day or once a day. Or maybe players have to play it 4 times a day if they don't have the latest summonable unit. But if they, you know, do have the latest summonable unit, they can only play it twice a day. It's just the balancing seems a bit off, and I know it's because they want people to play the game, modes, to be invested. But I just think it's the wrong way about it. Like, raiding is a fun mechanic, it's a fun game mode. It's just not a lot of, and it's good from a rewards perspective, but it's just the way they handle the bonus drop rates is just really still not there. Like, they really just need to add more avenues for players to receive rewards and good rewards, and to just feel like they have options, like they're not being held with a gun to their head to do, you know, more content every day than they need to. At least for me, I think that's good. Personally, I think the game should build around a one of everything kind of thing. Make players incentivized to do one hyperdimensional co-op, to do one raid, to do one PvP match. That's generally where I think the game should head, more so than trying to have them do 3 or 4 or 5 of each every single day. It's just a bit much. I know it creates engagement, but it's just too much. But yes, obviously if you want to exchange your raid medals, you can go to the exchange shop and you'll have the option to exchange your raid medals there. And yeah, you should have a pretty decent time. To cut a long story short, you shouldn't really have any major issues. But yeah, pretty decent time, and I think for the most part, pretty good. But that's it from me. Bye.